Okay. So, alright, I'm gonna put it wider. Ooh, there. Okay. Everybody's out there telling their story. And it's time to tell my story. So, I mean, there's so many brilliant ideas out there everywhere, but there's brilliance within each and every one of us. And it dies when we start to compare our brilliance to somebody else's, when we compare our ideas to somebody else's, saying that their idea was so awesome, when the ideas that you have and that were born inside of you and that are being manifested through your words and through your action are just as brilliant, are just as powerful, and are just as long-lasting and influential as anybody else's, if not even more. Who knows? But why worry about or pay attention to other people? Create the life that you want. So for me, something that has always been like constant in my life is that I've always been, and I put these air quotes not as a diss to myself, but you know, this is how I've seen it. Like, I'm good with people. Everyone I ever met is like, you're really good with people. You know how to conversate. And I always thought to myself, like, is that difficult for people to do? Now, I haven't always been good at it. I've always been comfortable with it. And, you know, as time has gone by, I've sharpened my skills and gotten better. But I've always enjoyed conversing with people and engaging with people and connecting with people in a more intimate way, like intellectually, emotionally, but more specifically intellectually than anything else. And, but talking about feelings and thoughts and actions and desires and what have you. And this year I decided to have a tagline that says, "Hi, my name is Sasha Navar, and emotional intelligence is my superpower." And I remember the first time I tried that, it felt good, and it felt true to me. And then the response I got from when I told the people were like, "Whoa, that was wow, that's crazy." And I realized, like, emotional intelligence, having conversational skills, having a PhD in people skills, anyone can have those skills. Now, certain things come more natural to certain people. Some things come more easier and they're more engaged or inclined to do it. But I think anyone is capable of doing anything. Now, you know, maybe to the level of professionalism that everyone has, perhaps not. Like, not everyone can, you know, be as skilled as Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant in terms of basketball. But people can pick up a ball, dribble, shoot, pass, you know, lay up. People can do those things. You know, the level depends on how dedicated you are to it, I personally believe. And yeah, so I am here to speak my truth. And my truth is that I am amazing with people. I am such a deep thinker when it comes to things. It takes me a while to get there. It's like the tortoise and the hare. I'm not like the hare, quick to get there. I'm like the tortoise when it comes to intellectual thinking. I'm very slow paced in how my thinking is, but it just keeps going. It never stops. Once the hare goes and gets tired and stops and is burnt out, that's not me. I constantly am thinking. And personally, the value that I think that I bring to the world is showing a different way of thinking, even if that means being uncomfortable, even if that means completely doing a 180 on your identity, but a 180 that's necessary, that's needed, and supposed to happen so you can live a better life. I do downplay these like abilities that I have because I don't see them as abilities because I've just had them, I guess, according to other people, all my life. But I do need to start to see the value in what it is that I bring to people. So I'm just gonna do that every day, share insight as much as I can, even when not only with conversing with other people, but conversing with yourself primarily. I honestly believe that if you're not aligned with yourself, every other relationship that you have, money, with other people, with your own health, is out of whack. But being aligned with yourself, what you want, what you don't want, what your values are, what your purpose is, which doesn't come overnight. Those are things that develop, so to not judge yourself, to be patient with yourself. And that can be difficult for some. Guilty. But we do all have our own unique gifts, talents that we bring to the world. And it's about learning, taking the time, and learning what that is. And so I'm just gonna, every day, a little insight on myself on how to have better relationships with yourself and with other people by simply being emotionally intelligent, knowing how to problem solve, thinking of different ways to communicate, how to have empathy, how to have patience, how to understand people, how to do conflict resolution. I think all these things can be amazing tools in anyone's arsenal when faced with self discomfort as well as discomfort with other people. So that's what it is. That's I honestly believe that my purpose in life is to build, guide, restore, and strengthen relationships, first and foremost with yourself, and then trickle on to your relationship with other people, your relationship with your money, your relationship with your health, and your relationship with this earth that we all share. But relationships are all around us. Your relationship with sleep, your relationship with communication, your relationship with your emotions, your relationship with your thoughts. And I remember getting that message back in, I think it was 2015, I believe, 15, 16. I was just in my bed and I just desperately was seeking my purpose. And it was very quiet. It was late at night. It was very dark in my room. And I prayed and I said, God, can you please tell me what my purpose is so I can have a direction? And it was every time I tell this story, I feel like I'm exaggerating, but no, it's literally what happened. And I feel it was the first time that I was seeking guidance, real guidance, not like telling God what I wanted. No, I was seeking guidance, and because I was seeking it and open to receiving, I honestly believe that that's when it started. That's when my real connection or mindful or aware connection with God started. And so I said, can you tell me what my purpose is, please? Like, I just need somewhere to point my feet towards and walk towards that. And I kid you not, all I heard was relationships. And I remember, it was the first time I was confused, but did I hear that right? Was that my brain? But I'm where'd that come from? And I was like, relationships? And I laugh because I'm yeah, I just was and I think because I was receptive to hearing it, I did hear it. And I'm in, all these years, I've been trying not to question it, and I haven't. I've explored it, I've expanded on it. And I said, relationships, what about relationships? So then I had to expand it, and I said, and I started to create my own mission statement, and I came up with my purpose is to create, build, guide, and restore relationships. And then I'm like, how? And, it's like a puzzle. Life is like a puzzle. And so that's honestly what each decision has tried to be, taken from. Is this in the direction of my purpose? And sometimes, not always, I'll be honest. And a lot of times it is. And so be open to receive what your message is. And be willing to ask for guidance. And if you're not someone that believes in a higher power, that's fine. But for me, when I kind of just stopped depending on my own abilities and just sought guidance from something bigger than me, things got just a little bit more interesting. And also just, in a sense, easier, because I surrendered all the things that were not in my control, like knowing my purpose and finding it and being so just relaxing in it. And so everyone has their own purpose. Everyone has their own vision. But finding yours is such a gift. And not comparing your ideas and your purpose and your walking life with someone else will free you from worry or fear that you're not doing better and bigger things. Don't compare your life with other people. Create the life that you feel good about. Get inspired by other people, but don't compare your life to theirs as if their life is better, because you don't know. Really, the day in, day out. You don't know my life. I may inspire you, but you don't know how I live day in, day out. And perhaps even if you did live my life, you'd be like, ugh, get me back to my own life. So create the life that you want, despite the snickers and the disappointing looks that others may give you. Because you never know. Someone could call you and apologize to you down the line and say, I'm sorry, you were right. You were always right. Or, man, I should have listened to you. And even if that phone call doesn't ever come, that's okay too. Just live your life and ask yourself, am I living the life that I want to live? Am I living the life that is in line with the purpose that I have? And if I don't know my purpose yet, let me explore and figure it out, and not judge myself and not compare myself to other people. Be patient with myself. Even when I feel like I'm stagnant, there's no such thing. We're always moving forward, even when we feel like we're standing still. That was just something that was in my heart, and I wanted to share that with you. I am looking forward to year 2020. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm open to receiving the lessons, the gifts, the opportunities that are coming my way and your way, whatever they are. So, hope you guys are doing awesome, and live your truth. Don't compare. Be inspired by others, but don't compare. Always, always live your truth.